partners in this business for a very long time. They started August, a year before I started in August. So I'm just completing my 29th year. So I'll be starting my 30th year with the company. Just to give you a little bit of background, yes, I am Senior Director of U.S. Business Development. I was in the, well, first of all, I went to school, college, University of Arkansas, special education to work with problem children, and had a minor in, my minor was in psychology. But when I came to Memphis looking for a job, somehow I was dragged into the world of finance. Don't even know why. You know, when you're looking for a job, you just take a job. But I happened to be good at it. So I ended up staying in that and made a career of it for about 15 years. I ended up with a graduating from the Institute of Finance in New York City. That's when I was working with Merrill Lynch and Company, and which now that Institute of Finance is part of NYU. They bought that smaller financial college and moved it into NYU. But that's where I got my Series 7 and all my other license and everything to become a part of the world of finance. And again, I was good at it, but it was a hard world back in those days for women to be in that industry. So it was lots of challenges. Although I was successful, I've got to say there was lots of times I was not truly happy. Remember, I'd gone to college to work with children, and all of a sudden here I was in the world of finance. And again, I was good at it, but it just really wasn't fulfilling me. And it was just one argument after another with my bosses. And of course, really there was a very thick glass ceiling above my head at the time. I mean, you just really couldn't get very far. Even though I was vice president of my company by the time I left there, and I was head of all U.S. and government trading on government bonds. Now, it's not bonds to get you out of jail. This is stocks and bonds. And like I said, was successful, but I knew that something was missing in my life. So Juice Plus World entered into the picture because I started looking for something else that I could commit myself to, that I felt that I could make a difference. I knew Jay through mutual friends. We weren't close personal friends, but we knew one another kind of on the peripheral edges. And he was close friends with friends of mine. And someone mentioned to me, Tanya, don't you know that Jay Martin guy? And I said, yeah, kind of, but why do you ask? Said, well, I don't know what he's doing, but his company just had the best year ever, and he had $1 million profit, and he gave that profit back to his employees. I went, wait a minute. That sounds like a company I would want to work for, because I had come from a world where it was a not dog eat dog, but shark eat shark world. And you were only as good as your last trade or your last sale. And no one really appreciated who you were, particularly if you were a female. It just was really a hard world. So I thought, well, I'm intrigued. Let me see about this. So I just packed up my resume and put it in my briefcase and just marched right on out there. And I said, y'all need to hire me. I said, because this is someplace I think I want to work. And luckily they did hire me. And so as the story goes, it's the rest of the story. Here I am going to be starting my 30th year in a couple of months. So very exciting. It was exciting times. The company was 20 years old when I started with the company, and that was 1990. We've always had a company that was based on very innovative products that were before their time, so to speak, that really were the kind of products that made a difference in people's lives. The company was actually started with a product in the fire and smoke detection. Before you could go down to Walmart or someplace and just buy yourself a smoke detector like the one that was in Jerry and Nancy's house. It's before you could do that. So we came up with a very innovative and exciting product that was for fire and heat and smoke detection. It was extremely successful product line. It was before its time. It really was. It was ahead of its time. And that was in the days when we were in direct sales. That means literally they were areas where teams of people either lived, and they kind of went like door to door. I don't mean like they were just knocking on random doors. They set up appointments, but they were sharing the product by direct, just going face to face in direct sales. And they had regions or areas that they could work in. It was not worldwide. They had certain areas or regions, and usually that was several states or so they could work within. Elton Dubose, our Senior Vice President, with us still to this day. He started with Jay back in those fire detection days. And that product was, like I said, before its time. But yes, the world kind of caught up with us. And when it did, we were already looking for something new. And we came upon, or Jay and his team came upon, our water product. Now, that's when Nancy and Jerry and came into the business with us. And the water products were, again, ahead of their time. It was a water filtration unit that you could connect to your home, either just a single sink unit or your whole house. We had several different product lines, and that was really the heyday. We were really gathering a great deal of success and money because, of course, there were a lot of sales in that industry. Again, we were ahead of our time, but once again, the world was kind of catching up with us. But Jay had always had a dream from the very beginning when he decided he wanted to create a company to help as many people as possible realize their dreams. I'm sure you've heard that quote because that was his vision. That was his vision statement that at the time, even his mission statement at that time, to find something that all people could not only, it could change their lives, be a part of their lives forever, no matter what age, where they're one, or where they were from, where they lived, or whatever. It was something that could change their life. And then by doing so, creating a company that would then be able to financially help support people by finding those people that wanted to share our mission and share our product with us. Well, along came Juice Plus. And of course, as we know, we just celebrated our 25th year this past year, 2018, and we're just getting started. I mean, it started out, of course, with just fruits and vegetables, but as you know, we've expanded our product line to berries and to omegas and to chewables for children. We've got Complete, which is, of course, a nutritional product that you can take on the go or help you with, possible weight maintenance, or maybe even help you with, if you're an athlete, help you with, in sustaining a good, healthy body, which is our Complete product line. And all of those have been extremely successful, as we all know. And what better product that absolutely has changed people's lives? I think that is without a doubt. We understand the power of Juice Plus, not only because it's consumable and what it does for our lives, our bodies, our health, but of course, around it, the community it has created. I mean, look at this family of people right here looking at this screen, these beautiful people who all have a commitment to changing people's lives and making their lives better. Again, whether it be in their health, but also in giving them an opportunity to change their financial world and make a difference there too. And we have a national marketing director by the name of Bob Burdick, who always said that when he started with us, he said, I was not physically sick or ill, he said, but I was financially sick. So for some people, the business part of what we do is not only just as important, but in some people's lives, what they have gotten the result of it has become more important. It's absolutely changed their lives, where they've been able to stay home with children maybe, or elderly parents, or seek new fortunes in the world because they've created independence, financial independence. So we are absolutely not only as proud, completely as proud of our business opportunity as we are of our product opportunity. And then, of course, Brian is going to be talking in a little while about how you can use our business model in supporting people's health with our product, to create a world, a financial world that can support you, your family, and your future. So I can't wait to hear what he has to share, because he's always so amazing in his trainings. So anyway, that brings us up to, in the last 25 years, how we've grown within that. Like I said, we've expanded our product line, our commitment to always having the best compensation plan possible that will help as many people as possible. When we went into from direct sales, that door-to-door in a limited region of area, and we went into those water and air days. We also had a product line that was an in-home product that helped with the quality of air in your home. When we went into those days, that's when we did a transition from those regional areas that you could sell door to door, or by setting up individual appointments face to face, to we went to what is known in the world of business as the multi-level model. And I would say in our first years, particularly in our water years, we were more true to that model, that MLM, and I'll put that in quotes, that MLM model. Although even then we had an extremely successful compensation plan that was more unique than any others in that industry. You know, some people may know, like the Amways of the world or the Herbalife or anything. We had a much more financially stable compensation plan that rewarded the individual in a more balanced way, and also supported the teams of people in a better way than any other model that I had ever seen. Of course, I was walking into a new world, and I'd never seen anything like it. So I was fascinated when I came from the world of finance into the world of, at that time, it was environmental products when I first started, and what we had to offer in our compensation plan. Because we've always been a company that wanted to make sure that we put as much money as possible back into the hands of our representatives, those people that are sharing our products. Many companies will take a lot off the top. We did not. We put it back in. And even in those true, and again, italics, MLM days, of the environmental products days, we still had a huge percentage of payout even then. And we still had it where if someone did not qualify, and I think we all in this team, I'm hoping, understand the verbiage of what qualified means. But if you were not qualifying your business or reaping the benefits of gaining income off your helping your team, we still had that it rolled to the upline, so to speak. In other words, if somebody wasn't paid, then somebody else got paid above, which most companies at that time and even today don't do. If you don't meet a qualification of pay, then the company just scoots that out to the side and they take it. They put it in their pockets. It does not then compensate the way our program does. And even if they do have some that rolls up, usually it's lower percentages. And they put qualifications in such narrow ways to qualify to get paid that many times what we call, and I want to say the little guy, but the more, the smaller business representative sometimes can get hurt, and only what we would call the big guys at the top get the benefits. That's what we've always wanted to make sure we protected our field from. And I can say that in my now starting 30 years, I have never been more impressed when I've looked at other companies and other businesses about how we continue to make sure that we're protecting our field. And now we call ourselves a virtual franchise. And even now we're even changing kind of that verbiage about how we want to look at ourselves. We still keep part of that element of those old MLM days, in the sense that we still let people grow teams or support people in sharing this mission with others. And of course, getting the financial benefit of that work, of inviting them into our business, of helping train them. Of course, the company is supporting all that training. And then, of course, reaping the reward of the work and support they've done. And still, maybe even more so today than in years past, building more opportunities for those people who just feel this isn't quite, I don't want to be quite as active as the next guy. Maybe I just want to just share it with friends and family, where the other person wants to build a team. Well, the financial benefits depends on how you want to work your business. And there's still opportunities for some of that income to roll to those people that work the business in a more business manner, rather than just maybe sharing it with their friends and family. And again, I'm sure that Brian's going to go over lots of information about how you can see how that program works. And again, I couldn't be more proud of what we do there. We've created about 800 NMDs. Since the old environmental days, things started shifting and changing because some people didn't see our vision, didn't see Jay's vision. Well, what is this stuff in a capsule? I don't want to sell a bunch of pills. They did not see the vision. They did not see Jay's vision, and he is a genius at having his vision. Those who've been around with a long time with us can attest to that. And they just wanted to jump to the next thing. So we went from a large, very productive company with tons of multi-level marketing NMDs that were created from that world, but they were ready to move on when they could not see the vision. So we kind of we didn't have to start all over again, because many, like the Kroupas and like Cynthia Gompers, who is on this call tonight, they saw the vision, or they believed and trusted in the family that Jay had created it with this company. They believed and trusted not just his vision, but the culture he had created, and saying, you know, we understand that if you see this as something that you know is going to help as many people in his belief, they trusted that and believed in it too, because they always knew that he had their backs. And to this day, Jay Martin has our backs. Our representatives, our product line, that all comes first. The company comes second. But as Nancy said earlier, we all do this together. We neither of one side or the other can stand alone. And of course, the product, particularly when we came into the Juice Plus world, is the center of our world. The product comes first. We are a product-centric company, rather than those true MLMs out there that are more business-centric and then sometimes can step on some to get to where they want. Ours starts with the product, and it starts with the customer first. And making sure that customer is not only getting what they need in this amazing product, but then taking care of that customer, you know, making sure they're continuing to work with that customer, and then many times inviting them into our mission so they become a part of our business family as well, has really sustained us even more so than any other of our past models or any other models I've seen with other companies. So that product that people take ongoing for their whole lives. We have people that are customers today, many, I mean, I don't have an exact number, but I can tell you thousands and thousands of people that started taking our product when it was introduced 25 years ago and are still happy customers today. Some of them joined our family of representatives, what we call partners, to help us share the mission. Some just never saw themselves as doing that. Probably around 75 to 80% don't ever see themselves as being part of our business opportunity. Although they still share friends and family, they don't really want to be on the business side, but that's okay, because our main mission, of course, is to get this amazing product into people's bodies and change their life there first. And from that, those people that want to join our mission can be a part of also that business model. So by turning our old door-to-door model into a multi-level model, where in the environmental days they bought our product, brought it home with them, and then sold it individually. That's why the environmental products were sold. We created a world where, as we all know, is the perfect world. Not only do you get the benefit of going out and sharing the benefits of Juice Plus, but we do everything else for you. So the orders are turned into us. We collect the payments on those orders. We set up the installments on those orders. We ship the orders. We have ways that we do other follow-up stuff with mass emails to customers. We do all kind of support things behind the scenes also to help you stay in touch with, stay communicating with your customer, and protect and make sure they're getting their Juice Plus in a timely manner. And then at the end of all that process, once a month, we send you a paycheck for the work of you sharing the mission, but we take care of everything else. Again, in this world of businesses, which more and more there's models in the United States of people, entrepreneurial type businesses, direct sell type businesses, where people want to take more control of their life, but yet nowhere have I seen that we have a model exactly like ours, where it's all focused first on product, customer, taking care of the customer, and where we do all the work and then let you have the freedom of just sharing the product. So again, that has created us to be not only a very unique company, but in the business world, it also lets you stand on your own, so to speak, building your own individual business. That is another unique part of our compensation plan, where in most of those, put it in italics again, MLM companies, which we are now not a MLM company. We are our own specific special model of a direct selling company, which incorporates a lot of different elements of types of companies, corporate and direct sales, and a little bit of the MLM, because you're able to build a team, all of those things to build something unique, all based on you sharing and helping customers. But it also allows you to, on your own, I mean, which is another proof we're not those MLM companies, only the guys at the top make the big money. We have it where based on what you do individually, you can qualify and create movement in your teams that moves you all the way to the top levels of our promotion levels, bonus levels, which we have incentives and bonus levels, but also ongoing business. That might be that the person that brought you in has not accomplished the same goal because maybe they had different goals, or they just did not see this was something for them. So it isn't just the big guy at the top gets rewarded. It is you get rewarded for what you do, for the work that you put in, for the commitment you want to make to how many people you want to share this amazing product with every day. And because of that, you get the full benefit of what the marketing plan, which we call a compensation plan, try to call it that more than marketing plan, compensation plan has to offer. So I just want you all to know, if you're new, particularly if you've been around with us a long time, you've already reaped those benefits and you've seen it in action. You see how that works. And you've seen still the commitment to this day of the same young man who walked through the doors in 1970 to create our company. We will celebrate our 50 years this next year, guys. Woohoo! Is that awesome? 50 years. But we mostly focus on Juice Plus, which of course was just our 25th year celebration. But as a company, as a corporate company, when Jay Martin, I think he was like about 26 years old, walked through the doors, he's still the same man that is over this company today. His values have been shared with all of us. Again, I've been here, I'm starting my 30th year. In the field, we have many, many, many of our national marketing directors have been here 10, 15, 20, 25, 30 years, and some a little bit longer because they came in just in the very, because we're, like I said, we're already going to be 50 years next year. So some a little bit longer with us. And that's because we have something that's real. We have something that's really, in my eyes, is about as pure as you can get as an entrepreneurial opportunity that helps as many people as it helps. Not only, like I said, changing their lives. I mean, I know you've all heard or experienced in your own life or seen people in your life that their whole world and life has changed in their health. Children who have accomplished great things, and maybe when they had health challenges when they were young, and now they're off in college and they're amazing because they've had a world of Juice Plus. Or even yourself, you've created that experience. So this company, still, its heart, and we love calling it the company of the heart, its heart is the same strong, beating, feeling heart that created us, and just seems to get bigger and bigger and bigger as the years go by. We are still looking at expanding in our product market. So again, this is bringing us up to today. Where are we today? Well, today we're as energetic and as active. Matter of fact, they are wearing me out. I was told a long time ago, see, Tanya, you work really hard in the beginning, so later on you don't have to work as hard because you've established that. I said, I went into Elton DeBose the other day, who is my mentor and also one of our top people in the company, and I sat down, I said, you have lied to me. And he said, oh my gosh. He said, what have I done? I said, you told me if I worked really hard 29 years ago that it'd be a little bit easier for me at the end. He said, I'm working harder now than I've ever worked in my life. But do you know why? It's because we have so much going on that is going to take us into the future. Talking about being in Austin, if you're not in Austin, you are totally going to be almost out of luck, because we're going to be announcing so many great things in Austin that if you're not there to hear it, you're going to be running around trying to catch up. Because where we are today is we understand that it's time for us to start looking at strengthening, creating even a stronger compensation plan, one that will take us on into the future. And we are in the throes of doing that now. We have not completed it, but we're well along. You're going to hear great news about that in Austin. And in that, and believe me, it's meetings all day long, almost 7 days a week. Even on weekends, we're contacting each other. Europe is extremely involved in this. Our Australian market, European markets, all of our markets, Canadian markets, we're all together working on this. And what we're trying to do is establish this compensation plan to have a little bit more of a balance between countries and nations. because right now there's been a big spread between a compensation plan maybe in Germany versus a compensation plan in the US. So we're trying to get that more balanced. We are trying to get more balance in how we actually present the pricing to a customer. I think all of you sometimes would say there's sometimes some challenges how we have to tell a customer. And then in team building, sometimes because of what we have is called PVC, purchase volume credit, sometimes that can be confusing about how does that exactly work. So getting people trained in how we actually take value of our product to pay out on our product. So all of these things, we're trying to get a more balanced view of that across all countries. We're trying to simplify it, and I think everybody loves simplification, right? So we're in the throes of simplifying it. And we're also working on putting more money back into the pockets of all of y'all out there. So I know everybody would have to be excited about that. At least I would certainly think they would be, because if you're going to work, you want to be paid, right? So we want you to be paid. So we're looking at that too. So you do not want to not be in Austin, because it is going to be world changing, earth changing. It's going to be you're going to feel the earth move. It's going to be amazing. We are also still looking at new product line. We have one that has been introduced in Europe this past year. We're still monitoring it. We're still watching about the success and results. It is a drink. It's like a nature's energy drink. It's still based on whole food concept, like all of our products are. We're hoping that we can. I know we've alluded to it in a couple of past Juice Plus Live conferences, and we're getting closer to that. We do have to continue to monitor a little bit how it's playing out in Europe, and also we have to make sure that we can bring it into our world, the United States, under our own regulatory, because every country has their own regulations, licensings, labeling, and everything else. So we're still working on that. But that is a very exciting product as well, and hoping, you'll hear more about it probably in Austin. Can't guarantee we'll be able to introduce anything in Austin there in the product, but just so that you know, we are still constantly looking at what is our next step, not only in our compensation plan, which I've already gone over about the things we're looking at expanding and improving and solidifying and simplifying, but also where does our Juice Plus product line take us into the future as well. And we're always reviewing labeling, reviewing content, what our formulas are. So therefore, all those things are important. So again, all I can say as I'm closing out here is you got, be there or be square. You're going to have to be in Austin to hear what we're going to be doing. And I want to thank you for inviting me tonight to give you a history of our past, of our present, and what we see going into the future. You will all be part of that journey with us. I cannot wait to see you all in Austin. We can't do it without you, don't want to do it without you, and are excited about what our future has to bring. The song, it says, "Future's so bright, I must wear shades." Well, I need to have some sunglasses on right now because our future is that bright. So thanks again, guys. I really appreciate it. Nancy, thank you for inviting me. I couldn't be more excited.
Thank you, Tanya, so much. Thank you for staying over tonight really late, and
you're welcome,
at work no less, but thank you, dear friend. I really appreciate all the information.
Thanks, Tanya.
Well, let's move forward. Dr. Valerie Miles, what an amazing pediatrician she is. I really wish that she'd been around when my kids were young, to tell you the truth, but I have to tell you, when I first heard her speak, I was just blown away. And I went to Randy Matthews at our company and said, "You've got to get this doctor on main stage. She's amazing." And bam, she was on main stage, and she today is one of the most sought after speakers with our company. And I'm so proud of Dr. Valerie Miles. Valerie, come on and tell us a little bit about the medical side of this, the science and the medical side of our Juice Plus.
Absolutely, I'd be happy to. Hi, everybody. This is so great. This is so great. Aren't you excited to see so many people? I saw over 120 people, which is all you can cram into Gilbert Lodge, I think. And so we've got just as many people, so I'm so excited. I've been to Traverse City Boot Camp so many times it's home, it's the family reunion that I never had growing up. And so I'm really happy to see everybody here. Lots of people that are just friends from boot camp that I never see anywhere else. So I'm happy to share. Nancy said, do your hour talk in 15 minutes. And so I'm going to hit the high points. But I want to let you know, if you don't know me, I'm a pediatrician. I'm in Jacksonville, Florida. I've been board certified in pediatrics for 25 years plus, I don't know. And I've been also board certified in integrative medicine for the last 19 years, almost 20 years. And that means that I have expertise in blending the kind of science and nature together of medicine with science behind it. And so when I first heard about Juice Plus, it was kind of once I figured out it was really just fruits and vegetables, and I got over my skepticism and actually looked at the packet 4 months after Celine told me about it, I was very impressed with the research. And back then, 15 years ago, it was only about 14 studies. There's 38 research studies now. And so it just keeps getting more and more impressive. So I just want to share, if it's okay if I share my screen, I want to, let me start the show. I just want to show you a few slides that'll go kind of along with what I'm saying. And then if you had any questions, you could always ask them in the chat afterwards. So Traverse City Boot Camp, I'm so excited. I love this, Nancy, great idea. So this is always my passion. I talk about the ripple effect, and what I feel like we're doing now with medicine is we have this ripple effect of dis-ease, you know, of sickness, that's what our culture is about. We fix you once you're broken, and we spend a whole ton of money doing that. We're one of the least healthy first world countries on the planet, and we spend the most money. So there's a real big problem with this picture. And for me, you know, I've got kids, you guys have kids, we have grandkids, and we don't want that to spread across the generations. So one of the things that I really loved once I got into the culture of this company, which by the way, I was super resistant about, I did not want another business. You can ask Celine the story, how hard she worked on me, but I got Juice Plus. Once I got Juice Plus, then I got the culture of how everybody was kind of like me and wanting to spread this kind of ripple effect and really lock arms with people and teach people. And it wasn't just about selling Juice Plus. I was kind of hooked. And I think some of you feel that way out there too, right? So we're doing so much more than selling products. A lot of people say, I don't want to sign up with a company because I don't want to sell. Well, you're selling anyway. You're selling the movie you loved or the clothing store that you loved or whatever. And this is so much more than even that. You love Juice Plus, so you share it, like Tanya said, with your friends and family. But it's really about the ripple effect. It's about the whole picture of health, not just healthy eating. And so that's like the core four. I always say it's about eating healthier, drinking more water, drinking as much water as you possibly can, and getting exercise and sleeping more and stressing less, right? So that core four is really what it's all about, and helping people do all of that. Some of us are in the middle of the June Shred 10 program. And so I don't have my cherry martini, Nancy, but I have my cherry earrings and my cup of shred worthy tea. So, but it's a great jumpstart program that we can use to help people transform all these areas. And it's amazing how much better people can feel in 10 days. So I have a group of people that I'm so amazed. We're all talking together as they're doing the shred with me, and the transformations that they're having, even just mentally, that things they didn't think they could do, like stop drinking or having caffeine or whatever. So this company is so much more than that, and you are aligned with all of that. I put my gut slide in here for a reason. You know, it's going to be all about this pretty soon. This is the GI doctors have always said they're the center of the universe. And now it turns out they're right. There's so many more cells of bacteria in us, 10 times more than human cells, 150 times more genes of bacteria than human genes. It's just mind-blowing for medicine. It turns out that almost every aspect of health relates back to the bacteria that are in your body. And I'm going to get back to that later. But we're on the cutting edge of this because it's so important to feed these bacteria what they like to eat. The good guys like to eat the good stuff, and the bad guys like to eat the bad stuff. Good guys equal good health. Bad guys equal bad health. It's pretty simple. at least from what we know now. So I'll tell you a little bit more about that in a minute. But because not only can we not get enough fruits and vegetables generally for our 9 to 10 servings for women and 11 to 13 servings for men every single day, wide variety, ripe, hardly ever can get something ripe at the grocery store, and sometimes not even at the farmer's market. We have a farmer's market here in Jacksonville that things are shipped in from other places to come to this farmer's market. I was like, I'm never coming here again. That's Beaver Street, if anybody doesn't know. And there are some local people, and there's some good local farmers markets here, but you got to be really careful. So we've got food that's not really food. We've preserved our food with all these different chemicals, and even organic produce can have chemicals blown over from the next door neighbor's non-organic farm onto its produce, but it's not tested for that. And worst of all, I think not only can we not eat enough, but what we do eat doesn't have as much nutrients in it as it did even 50 years ago because of the way things are farmed. And that includes organic, although organic's better. So this is a fact, and this is part of our problem. And because we have all these thousands of studies that explain that fruits and vegetables are good for you, which your grandma probably always told you, like mine did. If you look at all these studies, they're about diseases, and they're studies that have looked at diet and disease. And you can see in all those studies of whatever disease you're talking about, the people who eat the most fruits and vegetables are the healthiest with that disease. So it's the common denominator that really leads to good health, right? And they say, now we've changed the food pyramid to some simple thing that a 5-year-old can understand, that you should fill half your plate with fruits and vegetables every day. And the protein should really be kind of a side item. I actually managed that tonight. My husband cooked this great dinner, and I realized that there was hardly any meat. There was just some nice baked chicken on there, but it was a minimal amount, and I was totally full. I didn't need it, So we have to be creative sometimes about our meals. But the problem is, now that they said that several years ago, you look at how are we doing, and we're still not doing very well. We're literally less than half the population that's eating less than half of what they're supposed to be eating. And they count French fries as a serving of vegetables, right? So we know that that's not as healthy as some of the other vegetables you could eat, right? So we're in this situation in this country, and the reason that those studies had shown such good results with the people that eat so many fruits and vegetables is because you basically can't duplicate nature. The multivitamin studies and the isolated nutrient studies are either neutral, it doesn't help you with your health, or they're actually worse than not taking it at all. So just trust me, if you're sciencey, that is all available in terms of references. But the reason is because there are thousands and thousands and thousands of nutrients in fruits and vegetables that we don't even know what they do. Most nutrients, we don't know what they do, but there's a tiny amount of everything that works together synergistically to help. For example, the vitamin C needs a lot of helpers to get it to work in the body correctly. And if you just give a pill of vitamin C without all the helpers, you don't get the same effect. And that's why they say we often have expensive urine, right? So what we really need is more produce. And what I love, and I finally, got to the point where I read about Juice Plus and researched it. What I love is it's just fruits and vegetables. There's no vitamin or multivitamin. It has a food label, and that's all you're getting. That's it, concentrated fruits and vegetables. And it turns out, I always say, that's great. Juice Plus is vine ripened produce. So it's picked ripe at the peak of freshness. So it's going to have the most nutrition in it, unlike the stuff at the grocery store. And then it's pretty quickly Vitamixed. It's not even juiced. So we could call this Vitamix Plus. Basically, they just crush everything, the peels and the seeds and everything, and then dehydrated under a cold process that nobody else knows how it's done, which is really great because cold preserves nutrients. Sugar's taken out, fiber's taken out, the water's taken out, and you're left with this powder that's just packed nutrients, all those thousands of synergistic nutrients, right? And what caught my eye first was the research. This product is actually the most thoroughly researched nutritional product on the market in the world. And for healthcare professionals, that's all that matters, because if you take a supplement or anything in a capsule or a tablet, it might interact with your medicine. It might hurt you. We're all not the same. And so it's so important to have research that's, quite frankly, all positive and no negative that I've seen in these 38 research studies now. And you can see online all the different effects. I talked to a couple of families about this today, that, you know, it helps your immune system. We know that. So if you're asking me about how do I help my child's immune system, or you can say, you can hear a parent complaining about their child always getting sick. It's the same thing. You can say, well, it's the only thing that's a nutritional supplement that's proven to help your immune system. And if you take the complete shakes and the Trio Juice Plus put together, that's 45 different whole foods that are in there with the food label, non-GMO, dairy-free, gluten-free, and 30 third-party certified, NSF certified, to have what it's supposed to have in there on the label is in there, and nothing else, nothing contaminating it. So even professional athletes can take Juice Plus because there's an NSF sports certification that they need to be able to be safe and make sure they're not going to have any contaminants in their drug testing. So I love this rainbow of colors. All the nutrition in each color is a little bit different. So unless you get a wide variety of the colors, you don't get all the full spectrum of nutrients. So that's super important. The Trio has 30 fruits, vegetables, and berries in it. And then the shake mix is a variety of plant proteins that are basically crushed, and the protein and fiber are high and the sugar is very low. So this is one thing, I mean, we have it for breakfast almost every morning, and it sustains me all the way until about 1:30 in the afternoon. I didn't eat until like 2 or 2:30 today because I was so busy. But I didn't get hungry until about that point. So it's wonderful. Vegan also, dairy-free, gluten-free. And it sustains your blood sugar. And just recently, in the last couple of years, Juice Plus's Omega Blend came out, which is also vegan, no fish involved. The fish actually eat that first one, the algae oil, in order to get their omega-3s. So algae is a very rich source of omega-3s. And this is a full spectrum, just like Juice Plus. You know, we are so focused on omega-3s, right? Because omega-3s have been studied, and we pulled that out of the plants or the fish, and we said, what does this do? And then we found the things that it does. But we left behind a whole bunch of other synergistic nutrients in the plants, or in the fish maybe, that work together. So isolated supplements are not the way to go, proven by the research. Now, I have heard the first study is going to be coming out soon, hopefully this next year, on Omega Blend. I've heard the raw data, and I can't tell you details, but I can tell you it's very positive. So I'm super excited about that, because we're kind of flying without, you know, we don't really know, is this going to absorb into our bodies all the things we know about Juice Plus, but that is coming. So stay tuned. And then the Tower Garden. How many people have a Tower Garden? Nancy has 2 or 3, something like that, right? I have one because I gave one to my daughter. She's got it. She's so blessed. I gave her a Tower Garden. But I love it because vertical farming is really kind of the future, to save land, to save water. It grows plants faster, and it has just as much nutrient content as the best grown organic fruits and vegetables from the best PhD botany program in the country. So we can trust that. And my friend Deanne Roes calls it a veggie growing machine, which it totally is. And so that's it right now. Now the Omega Blend's not on here. Just imagine the Omega Blend on here. That's it right now. But I know Tanya said, we don't know what we're doing with this new product, and we don't know what it's going to be called. We don't know what the packaging is. We don't even know if we can sell it in America yet, but it's been doing great in Europe. And the national marketing directors were able to get some and taste some. So I'm going to just show you really fast these little packets that are, maybe it's not going to be called Lift, but is this the only natural energy drink, truly natural energy drink on the market in the world, because most of them are liquid. And when you make it a liquid, you have to use some chemicals to make it stay all mixed up. Whereas it doesn't matter if this is mixed up, we mix our powder together and we shake it as we drink it, right? So there you can see the ingredients. That's it. That's pretty much what's in it, with a little bit of stevia, some B vitamins, And we've done it, and we've tasted it, and we like it. And I like how clearly my thinking went for a few hours. It was really great. So, inspiring healthy living around the world is the mission of this company. We are just like healthcare professionals. Whether you're a healthcare professional or not doesn't matter. You can be the ripple in your pond, right? Sharing with people. But knowing that it's supported by thousands of healthcare professionals means that it is, it is beyond reproach because of all that science. And that's what's so good. You can say, I don't know what to tell you, but I know that it's backed by all this science, right? And you and I and all of us are part of this healthy living revolution. And what's so great about that is that it's a ripple effect of health, right? If you don't remember but one thing, remember healthylivingrevolution.com, full of great resources that are all free for people. And then a back office there that you have lots of access to videos and all sorts of resources. I share the free cookbook all the time. The Shred 10 information is here, and the kids program. But remember that Juice Plus isn't about curing anything. I always say, it's just good nutrition. We know it works because of the scientifically proven part, highly concentrated, affordable, and convenient, right? So we never want to make claims about any disease. And by the way, I'll just say that we don't want to tell anyone else's story either. So you let somebody tell their own story on a recording and share that, but don't pass somebody else's story on, okay? So, and I want to just say, last thing is the family health study. I bet a lot of you guys are on it. Everybody wave at me if you are. I did that for many years with my daughter. And what's really cool now, still you can receive Juice Plus for the child who's 4 years old and older up into full-time college students for free for 4 years. But what's really cool now is there's this huge contest going on this summer. Just go online to Juice Plus Insights and read about the contest, because they're giving away a family trip to, I think it's Orlando. They may change that, but they're giving a family vacation away. And all you have to do is post photos, and you can be entered to win that family vacation. So it's a great time to get people on the family health study this summer. And you can see the statistics online. They're even better than this the longer you're on Juice Plus. So I love talking myself out of a job. I would rather see well checks all day long and not sick kids, but having people eat healthier and less junk and drink more water and all of that is exactly what we want to do. So the commitment is really to research and continuing this. And I love that the microbiome is being studied, because look, if we feed more fruits and vegetables to our gut, what do you think is going to happen? More good guys grow, which means better health. So I bet that we're going to have some incredible results from this study that I think is being published next year. So that's exciting. So what I run into, and you run into too, is people saying, well, I don't know if I can fit it in my budget, or how much does it cost? And that kind of stops us and scares us sometimes, because they don't see from our side what happens when you take Juice Plus. So I always say, except in expensive parts of the country, I was in Oregon, and everything's so much more expensive there. But basically your trio costs a little over $2 a day. Your duo, just fruits and veggies, is a little less than $2 a day, right? A little more than $1 a day. And then your trio plus omegas is just a little more than $3 a day. So when I say put it in your grocery budget, that's what this is. This is food, and see what you can shift. If you're not buying all the chips and Twinkies and soda, you'll save way more money than that, right? So this is what we get to invite people to do, and this is what we get to have as an effect of what we're doing. So I just love this tribe. I so appreciate being able to talk tonight. Nancy, thank you so much for allowing me to talk, and I'll go back to the screen if I can and see you guys. Did I unshare or not?
No, not yet.
Not yet. Okay. I can't see it. Here, let me go back here. See if I see myself.
I might have got it here. Nope.
Can you unshare? Sorry, guys.
Nope. Just hit the.
Oh, here it is.
Yep.
Sorry.
There we go.
Yay.
There you are.
Yay. Thanks for letting me talk, everybody.
So much, Valerie. And, just like at boot camp, we take a little break. So I would like to make a toast before my cherry martini is gone, and everybody brought one to the table. So I would like to say, first of all, here's to our amazing trainers tonight. Here's to the 24th annual Cherry Festival Boot Camp. Here's to our amazing company, the Juice Plus Company, and celebrating next year, our 50th year, which I'll tell you is going to be an amazing boot camp next
50th year?
Next year.
Oh, I thought you were talking about a boot camp.
Jerry was thinking it was our 50th boot camp. So here's to Juice Plus, here's to our boot camp, and here's to all of you.
Yeah, hell.
Yay, cheers.
Cheers. Cheers, everybody.
Here you go, Tanya. You got yours, Tanya?
I wish I had a cherry martini. I don't have a place where I can have them served to me here at the
You should have one of those machines there that dispense it.
That's what
Talk to Jay about that.
instead of the smoothie machine downstairs in the we're gonna have to have a martini.
I'll have to send that as a Christmas present.
There you go. We'd love it.
Thank you. Okay, let's move on, everybody. And I'm so excited about our next trainer, Brian Roes. Oh my gosh, I tried to think, what can I say about him? Undoubtedly, he is the very best teacher that I know in this business. So Brian, you win the Best Teacher Award tonight. And you'll know why here in just a few minutes. But he and his family have become our extended family. And even his three amazing kids call me Grancy, like Grandma Nancy, but Grancy, got that? So Brian, if you would come on and tell us a little bit about what you have to share tonight.
Absolutely. Thank you,
Good evening.
Nancy, and everyone. It's so wonderful to see you tonight. I'm excited to be here and share. I have my clock and I'm setting a timer so I don't talk too long, I promise. It's right here. So I want to start off with my story. I live in Jacksonville, Florida, and I heard about Juice Plus from a wonderful woman. You may have met her before, named Dr. Valerie Miles. Oh, Valerie is our family's pediatrician, and I was actually just into her office today with my daughter for some school physicals. So we're just so blessed that we met Valerie and she shared Juice Plus with us when our kids were little. And at the same time, we were looking to make extra income. I was a teacher. I was doing my best, you guys, but man, teachers don't make much. We had this sickness as a family called not enough money. Have you ever been afflicted with that? Yeah. All right. So we were looking at different opportunities, real estate, e-commerce, eBay, all these things, but they were either too expensive or too risky or required way too much education. And when we found out that we could actually earn extra income by taking Juice Plus and sharing it with other people, it seemed like such a great fit for us. It really aligned with our values. And I love the fact that we were able to earn income as we were helping people. So initially our goal was to pay for our groceries. We wanted like $300 or $400 a month. And then from there, it just kept growing and growing with hard work, with a wonderful team of people. And eventually we were able to replace my wife's income. We were able to replace my income. And 3 years ago, I retired from my job as a teacher. And then we transitioned to being spending more time with Juice Plus. And so it's been an amazing just lifestyle shift for us. Our health has been incredible. I'll tell you all about it sometime. But tonight, I want to share with you guys some takeaways that you can write down to implement into your business. Because how many of you have some business goals that you are like hungry for? Yes? You're wanting to make some more income, make a bigger difference, grow a bigger community. Yeah. And I hear you. That's what I want as well. I want to tell you a story first to kind of get you in gear for this. There was a man, a woman, a man and a wife and their daughter, their young daughter. And they were on a bus with a group of people heading to the airport. And as they were driving to the airport, the husband and wife explained to the little girl, now when we get to the gate, honey, you take this ticket and we're going to walk through the door and get onto the airplane. And she said, okay. So they got to the airport, and when they got off the bus, everyone who was riding the bus, and there was a lot of people, they all had a lot of baggage that was down below the bus. And the man thought, you know what, I'm going to be helpful, and I'm going to help with all this baggage. So instead of going into the airport with his wife and his daughter, he made them wait, and he helped everyone with their baggage. And they all went into the airport ahead of them. And as the husband and wife and the daughter were walking in, he noticed down the sidewalk, there was a man coming who was in a wheelchair. And he thought, you know, I'm going to be a good servant-hearted person and stand here and hold the door. I'm going to wait for that man in the wheelchair to come so that I can hold the door for him. So he stood there and he waited and waited until the man in the wheelchair came in. Well, by the time he and his wife and his daughter walked into the airport, they realized that they were late for their plane. So they sprinted down the gate, they found the right door, and right before they walked on, the man thought, wait, where's my boarding pass? And he paused with his wife, and they took the boarding pass and had to dig around and find it. And by the time he found the boarding pass, he turned and looked, and his daughter had walked through the gate onto the airplane, and they had closed the door. Now the man ran up to the desk and he begged and he said, open the door, my daughter's on there, let me in. And the people at the gate said, I am so sorry, sir, we absolutely cannot open that door for you. Once it's closed, it has to stay closed. And he said, but I was late because I was helping all these people. I helped these people with their baggage. I helped this man in a wheelchair. Let me in, let me in. And he said, sir, it doesn't matter all those great things that you've done. When the door is closed, the door is closed. And that's the end of the story. Now, this isn't just a story. This is a dream that I had about a week ago. And the man in that story was me, and the wife was Deanne, and my daughter was the little girl. And that was a flight to Dallas, and I had this dream. It was more of a nightmare that I was left behind because I was helping everybody else instead of putting my family first. I was helping people with their baggage. I was waiting for people who were much slower when I should have been thinking about getting on the plane with my family. And I want you to think about this. Are you waiting too long to get your future in gear? Because you guys, your future is coming. Your children are going to go there. Do you want to be with them? You've prepared them. You've told them what to do. But do you want to be with them, empowered, ready to take that journey with them? This business, growing your business, is like a key that will unlock so many opportunities for your future. And I want you to know right now, if Deanne and I hadn't put in the amount of focus and time and sacrifice when we were first building our business, our children would have such a different life now. We get to say yes to so many things because we did this when they were young. And I don't care how old your kids are, there will be a future. And you would, trust me, you would much rather go into that future with financial abundance rather than lack. You would much rather go in there with vision than without vision. And you'd much better go into that future with the relationships that you will make along the way. Valerie Miles, Nancy Kroupa, Cynthia Gompers, Tanya Oxley, every single person and all these beautiful faces that I'm friends with, you're a cherished part of my life that I get to go into the future with my family because I focused on this business. So I'm going to share with you guys a few things that you can do to focus on your business. Check this out. Take a screenshot. Do whatever you need to do, guys. But this is a quote from an amazing book called This is Marketing by Seth Godin. We market Juice Plus. That's what we do. And Seth Godin lays this out beautifully. Marketing is not hype, manipulation, or coercion. It is the gentle act of helping someone solve a problem with the solution that you've already discovered. It is the gentle act of helping someone solve a problem. That is what we do. And so I want to tell you the first thing that you need to do in order to be successful with this business is to be a product of all the products. I said all the products. You should be, if you're serious about this business, you should be taking red, green, purple, orange, chocolate, vanilla, complete shakes, bars, and Tower Garden. You should have them all in your house. Now you don't have to eat shakes and bars every single day, but you should have them. You should experience them. You should be growing a Tower Garden. I've heard people, oh, it drives me crazy. People in the business saying, I can't afford a Tower Garden. And I'm like, are you kidding me? Do you buy groceries? How can you not afford a Tower Garden? It's like your groceries. That's what it is. Whatever the excuse is, find a way to get around it. You may need to work for a month or two in order to get that income there, but invest in the product so that you can have an experience to talk about. The next thing I want to share is to embrace the programs. Now, I always thought that we only had one program, with Juice Plus, and that was the Shred 10. Now, the Shred 10 is amazing, but guess what? It's not the only program we have. We have a great program called the Family Health Study. Dr. Miles talked about it. That's a program. My family's doing this great program called the Family Health Study. And as a result, my kids are sick less often. We're visiting the doctor less. We're doing, our immune system's better. We're eating less fast food. That's the Family Health Study program. There's another program. It's called One Simple Change. Guess what? You swallow those capsules, you're doing a program, and it's called One Simple Change because you've got that nutrition into your body. And you can add other simple things as well. It's a program. And so when you talk to people, you don't have to say, oh, a product, a product, a product. People are really intrigued by programs. Programs are sexy. Programs are cool. Programs represent community and guidance and support. So embrace the program, whatever one it is. Or if you want, make up your own program. Have fun with it, whatever. Just don't start advertising it all over the place. It'll confuse people. But I told people we're doing a Tower Garden program. What's this? Oh, we're growing vegetables through May, and I'm going to send you emails once in a while with my favorite recipes. That's our program. And people get excited and they buy Tower Gardens, right? Because there's a program. So programs are powerful. Now on social media, it's really, really important that you expand your network. You need to be adding more friends and more followers. The best way to do this is to post regularly on your profile and to go into other groups where people who you like hang out and post in those groups and communicate and comment on posts and make new friends. You should be adding new friends on social media, Facebook, every single day, and Instagram as well. You can do Instagram, use great hashtags, and just get more followers through your beautiful content. Now, I want to show you my absolute favorite resource for posting. And this is a great thing. It's called the viral posting. Is this it? Yeah. Okay. Viral posting plan. Now, I will put this document into the group where we advertise this boot camp. So I'll put this out there. If you can't find it or you don't see it, let me know. I'll send it to you. But this is a great plan just to give you ideas on things that you can post. It'll jog your memory. You can share a quote that's inspirational. You can put a photo of your shake and talk about how great it is, how healthy it is. Share a wise word like a lesson that you've learned. Share some gratitude. Share a freedom. Because of my amazing community, I now have freedom to do this or that. There's 30 or so different ideas here that you can weave into your social media conversation. And now when you're sharing on social media, people are going to they're going to comment, but I have a surprise for you. More people are going to see it that don't like and comment. And that's great, because those people that see your post but they don't like or comment, eventually you're going to meet them in real life. You're going to run into them and they're going to want to know what you're doing. So regardless of what's happening underneath that post, don't worry. It's making an impact. And when you see people engaging, go to them in Messenger, go to them privately, one-on-one, and thank them for supporting your journey. Listen to what I just said. Thank them for supporting your journey. Supporting your journey. Really important. We are not going to them saying, hey, do you want to learn more about my shake? No. You need to connect with people, and this takes some eloquence, all right? We need to be elegant about how we communicate. Thank you for supporting my journey. It means a lot. How are you doing? Are you and your family healthy? Are you guys happy? It's been so long since I've talked with you. Connect with people on a heart level, and you'd be amazed where the conversations go. And once the conversations really, pick up, and they will, probably pretty fast with a lot of your friends and followers, then here's what you need to focus on: asking good questions. These are some of my favorite questions. Take a screenshot, look these up, high-yielding questions. I'll post these as well. But when you find out if there's a problem or something that your customers or your friends are dealing with, ask them, have you ever considered blank? What kept you from blank? What caused you to blank? Ask them these questions, then confirm. After they talk back to you, restate what they said to you. So what I heard you saying was blah, blah, blah. Help them see how their current situation will affect their life long term. And then help them dig in and kind of diagnose what the problem is. And then at some point, offer the solution to them, all right? Find out how motivated they are. You can use some variations on, I probably wouldn't say this exactly, but use some variations on this to find out, are they really serious about changing their life? And if they are, here's the phrase I like to use, guys. You know, it's so funny that this came up in our conversation. You know, it's so funny that this came up in our conversation. But I'm actually working with a company that I think could be a huge answer for this. Would you like me to tell you a little bit about it? All right? It's elegant. It's not a sales pitch. It's based on relationship. Okay? So those are my tips for you guys. I don't want to take much longer tonight. Nancy Kroupa, I adore you. Thank you for 24 years of an amazing Traverse City boot camp. And I'm ready to hear Cynthia Gompers.
Thank you, Brian, for
Thank you, Brian.
amazing training. Thank you so much, Brian. And just to add to your story, and I could tell the story for 10 minutes, but a year ago, 2 years ago, actually, this spring, I sold a tower garden through the Facebook to a lady, and I called and checked, did you get your tower garden? She said, yes. She said, by the way, do you know a Gene Kroupa? I used to date him in high school. Well, long story short, I connected the two of them. It was Jerry's older brother. And 4 weeks ago, they got married. And so you just never know what's going to happen on Facebook, from a tower garden to a marriage. Can't promise it, but that's what happens. So thank you, Brian, very much for your amazing training tonight. And now, tonight, we're going to close with my friend, Cynthia Gompers. And, you know, Cynthia, it's because of you. 3 months after taking Juice Plus, you look mighty fine down there in Texas. And I wanted to look just like you. So we really jumped on the bandwagon with Juice Plus because of that. And I have to just say that she's one of my dear mastermind friends for, I don't even know, 27 years, I guess now. And we kind of grew up together in this business, which is kind of fun. We're sidelines, but we're really close, very good buddies in this Juice Plus community. And I'm very proud to say I consider her one of my best buddies in this business. So Cynthia, would you come on and kind of close us, give us our marching orders here for the next 10 minutes, and then we're going to close it out with drawing the free conference ticket. So Cynthia, come on and tell us where we go from here.
I'm excited, Nancy. And am I unmuted?
Yes, you are.
Okay, great. And first of all, I just want to say that I'm originally a Michigander, along with you, born and raised in East Grand Rapids, Michigan, and then Michigan State University School of Design and Architecture, and then found my way out to New England. So David and I live in we call it our beautiful dream Juice Plus house that you and Jerry have been to. We've lived here in Newburyport for 12 years now, and we have a wonderful Bermuda home, all because of this business. And we just got back from there about a week ago. So I'm thrilled to be on. By the way, your boot camp is perhaps my favorite boot camp. I've been there many, many times, and I love the campfire. And first of all, I want to just say real quick that the first boot camp, I thought, I can't believe these people are having too much fun here. I came to learn. What's wrong? How do you take notes on having fun? I mean, I couldn't believe it. And then I found the fun factor is half the business, isn't it? So I'll just share with all of you a little bit about my story and our journey with the Juice Plus company has been, this is the magic number tonight, 29 years, over 29 years now. And they have been the best, the most rewarding, and certainly the most profitable years. And David's and my business really was launched during the Great Recession of 1989, which really hit the New England states particularly hard. And my chosen career, interior design and architecture, and David's was commercial real estate development. He actually owned a hotel on the seacoast of New Hampshire at that time. And this Great Recession literally plummeted our business overnight, and our chosen careers came to a screeching halt. David and I had just married. I was just a bride, and we found ourselves going from My best year in design and architecture, his best year in commercial real estate development, to nothing. So I want to just say that that was fear, that was desperation, but because we committed, and this is exactly what Brian said, we committed, we focused, we took this business seriously, not like a hobby, but it was a business. Because of that, we have lived and continue to live a life of total inspiration. And through the years, I really learned an important life lesson. And I want you all to hear this very carefully because we are all vulnerable to setbacks. Setbacks can be your biggest blessing. They can be your biggest blessing, and you can be better in the long run because of setbacks. And for me, I am so grateful now for that setback because I certainly wouldn't be where I am today. And as I look back, I am so grateful that we were open when a trusted friend invited me to take a look at this business, invited me to partner with her in the Juice Plus company. I'm grateful for the financial security that is available to each and every one of us, and for the time freedom and what I've come to realize, location freedom. I mean, we can do this business all over the world, from the pink beaches of Bermuda, right from this iPhone. I mean, I'm so grateful. I'm grateful for the emotional revenue of a business rich in friendships. My best friends are in this business, and I'm grateful for a business that allowed us to dream again, and we have lived in potential. We have realized every single one of our dreams. I've got to raise that dream bar now, but more than we ever could have imagined. And most of all, I'm grateful to be an inspiration for other people, and we invite each and every one of you to stand beside us. I always wanted to make a difference. I think from a little girl growing up, I wanted to make a difference that mattered. And with the Juice Plus family, we have found a home. So I invite all of you to catch the vision of what is possible for each and every one of us. And number one, it's a lifestyle business. Number two, it's a friendship business. Number three, it's a purpose-driven business. We're on a mission. This is an opportunity to serve other people. And what a blessing it has been and continues to be to live a life of purpose and a cause to fight for. I believe the Juice Plus business is our opportunity to make our lives a masterpiece. And I will share just a few of my, what I call my 29 years success tips. Create a business plan. Create a business plan, which is a weekly DMO and 2 little words. Write this down. These are my success tip words. Schedule it. Schedule it. I don't know how many of you work from a day planner. I work from a hard copy paper day planner. It doesn't matter what, but I believe in hard copy paper. And I have a week at a glance, the month at a glance, the times. I work on a schedule, and I schedule it, and I ink it in. So why are some people more successful than others? Have you ever wondered that? There's one quality that is the most important of all, and that's called discipline. Success is tons of discipline. Many success principles out there, but without discipline, none of them work. So I created, Nancy, I don't know if you can flip it up, and I'm happy to share that with everyone. It's what I've used for 29 years, and there it is. It's called Juice Plus DMO, but I think words work for you, words work against you. What excites me about DMO is I call it the daily magnificent outcomes. It's your weekly schedule. And you'll see the first thing is discipline yourself. Sunday, sometimes Sunday, I do it Sunday evening. I take 20 minutes and I plan my week in advance. And I revise it each evening before the next day. But you'll see here, these are what you can probably come up with better ones or tweak it however you want. But identify your Juice Plus business and product prospects that you're going to make contact with this week. Write the names in. If you don't contact them this week, don't beat yourself. Just carry it over to the next week. Ask your prospects to become Juice Plus customers and invite team partners. Share your story. Who are you going to talk to this week and share your story with? Follow through for customer care. Plan and ink in events. If you don't ink them in, it will never happen. And then invite prospects to events. Plan the next business step. Guide your partners. Schedule Zoom calls. And launch new team partners. Now, the next one, real quick, is the one that I have just found recently on missiondriven.info. So just go there. It's right there on missiondriven.info. Password is mission. Okay. I'm just going to share something with you that I had fun with a bunch of sales coordinators on Cheryl Cortese's team. And I'll take you back real quickly. In maybe it was 25, 26 years ago. I'm going to go over a few notes here. Painting the vision, and this was the start of an NMD Global 100 Club Me team. This is before Berry Blend, before Juice Plus Complete, the gummies, the Omegas, before the Tower Garden or the new lift. Before technology, can you imagine that? Before social media, mobile phones, auto reorders, or monthly AROs, or in the installment. This is before Zoom, you guys, before Voxer. Forget texting and emailing. Before the virtual office. Of course, there was no technology. This is before the 40-plus published research studies or healthcare professionals in our business. It was before global business. We weren't in any countries at that time. This is before the senior sales coordinator position or the express track to sales coordinator or the fast track. It was before team building bonuses. And it was, we stocked Juice Plus. Remember that, Nancy? We sold it by the month for $50. We shipped it ourselves. And then we collected the money, and then we had to resell the people the next month. I can't believe, Nancy, we're still here to tell the story. So I want to share with you all the basics, though, then and 26 years later today. Number one, we shared our story. We shared our business story. We shared our Juice Plus. We share our Juice Plus story, the Tower Garden product story. We discovered our why. Number two, we designed our dream team. I have designed my dream team on this form that I designed 29 years ago. I still do it today. The memory jogger, the ongoing resource. Did it then, did it today, do it today. Number three, we invite prospective team partners and customers to events. Those are the three things we do. 1, 2, 3. As simple as that. The best tool then and the best tool today is the phone. The best events are out of the home, where we gather friends and family, and we invite dream team prospects to partner with us and to be a buddy. We do this by three-way connection calls, which we did have then, the Monday night conference call, regional events, and conferences. So the secret, are you ready? This is the secret. We decided, we made the decision, we committed, and we stayed in line. And we do the business consistently with a team building mindset. Back then and today, we asked questions and we listened. We came from our hearts. We shared our stories. We kept it simple. And Nancy and Jerry Kroupa taught me to have fun. So back then, I carried the orange Juice Plus box with me everywhere. So people would ask me, what is that? And I would remark, it's Juice Plus, you're going to love it. And guess what? We all do. So today I dress for success. It's not what you're wearing. I just grabbed this out of my pocketbook. It's just a Ziploc bag, which I had my beach bag in Bermuda a week ago to keep the beach sand out of it. Just a few brochures, a few samples of the gummies, the complete. So I am prepared for success wherever I happen to be. That is a big tip, you guys. The mindset is being prepared for those opportune moments that happen in all our lives. So as entrepreneurs, which we all are, we have the potential to reach for unlimited income with this family called the Juice Plus Company. The definition of an entrepreneur is the ability to be paid for the rest of your lives on your next conversation. So what's so easy not to do is also so easy to do. And what's so easy to do is also so easy not to do. So let's think of that next time we're ready not to talk to someone. We think, oh, I'll just turn my back and not talk to them. No, that's a signal to reach out and talk. People I have found over the past 29 years that are attracted to our business are people that are attracted for additional income, for a career, need for a change, for emotional revenue. Emotional revenue, which is interesting because Dr. Oz said on the news a few weeks ago that the biggest epidemic in the United States today, are you ready for this? Valerie Miles, it's loneliness. That's the biggest epidemic. And he said the solution is human connections, purpose, meaning, trust, and pick your tribe. Does that sound familiar? Then people partner with our business for the basic human need to be successful, to have a purpose, to have a mission, to be appreciated, to be recognized, to contribute, to give back. Those are the 4 basic reasons. So in closing, I just say words cannot describe being part of this Juice Plus community. It's a feeling, it's a vision that I'm so blessed to pass on. I want to thank all of our partners for a great night of inspiration. Thank you, Kroupas, for bringing this incredible group together and for just an uplifting evening. And thank you all for joining us this evening. You are our support partners all across the country who have the courage. You have the big hearts. You have the belief. You have the confidence to make a difference every day towards a better world. We are the Juice Plus Company with a heart. We stand for people. We stand for families, a better quality of life and better health. We stand for things that matter, a purpose of inspiring healthy living. And I really believe that starts in our homes first. Starts in our homes, then our neighborhoods. Then it spreads out to our communities and our cities and our states and eventually around the world. David and I only knew people in 2 countries. We knew people in Denmark and in Australia. And today we get paid out of 17 of those 24 countries where we're licensed to do business. So I encourage all of you, after this phone call tonight, I encourage you to dream big. Utilize all your senses. So I want you to see those dreams. I want you to taste them. I want you to smell those dreams, hear them. Most importantly, I want you to feel the feeling of what it's going to feel like when you achieve those dreams. And allow your why to motivate and drive you to decide, to commit, and stay in line. Because if you get out of line, you've got to go to the back of the line. And at the end of the day, say to yourself, I am flat out going to make this happen because I am meant for more. 29 years ago, I looked at myself in the mirror when I was in fear and in desperation. And I said, if it's to be, it's up to me. If it's to be, it's up to me. That little voice has been empowering me and lifting me up every day since. So it's inspired me to focus on team building, to build the width, then the depth. Understand this is a friendship business. It's by invitation only. And there's a long line waiting to be invited. A long line waiting for you to be bold, simply to invite people to partner with you. So lastly, stand proud with belief and confidence in our company, in our products, belief and confidence in our unique business model, belief and confidence in you, and belief and confidence in your team partners, and showing them, look where you can go. Thank you, Nancy.
Oh my gosh, Cynthia, thank you so much. So many words of wisdom in such short order. Thank you so much, my dear friend. I appreciate you so much.
Thank you, Nancy.
Okay, now we're going to have some fun. But before we do that, I'm going to go back and just share with you our next boot camp. This is FYI, save the date. And almost every year we've had a t-shirt. We've had amazing glassware with our boot camp logo on it. But to learn more about our boot camp, our 25th Juice Plus Company's 50th anniversary, we're looking at Jay Martin. We're looking at some good people coming in. Brian and Deanne will be there. We have just so many people that will be coming to boot camp. And I will be putting information on our Facebook page. So you want to go to TC, Cherry Festival Boot Camp, and like it. You have to hit like so that you will get the information. And all the information that's on the call, Brian has a form and Cynthia has a couple, we'll post there where you can go and pull those off and utilize them for yourself and your team. I will start registration on April 1st, 2020. It's a huge celebration, and we're so excited to see you there. So last but not least, and I see I didn't go forward, but the last slide here is the drawing. So I'm going to, everybody, I'll come back to the slide for a minute so you can get my email, but I'm going to go back and bring Luann and Jay on now, and they are going to do the drawing for the free conference ticket to Austin, Texas. Yay! Come on, Luann!
Yay! Drum roll!
Drum roll!
Okay, we have Robin Singer.
Robin
Singer on Zoom.
So is Robin
Yes.
Singer?
Yay. Yay. I'm here. Can you hear me?
Yes. Congratulations, Robin. So
I'm under Cynthia.
Can we see
great,
you? Can we see
great.
you?
No, we can't see her. We can just see her name. But Robin, I'm gonna. You're not being able. Are you able to see the screen?
Yeah, I'm just in my PJs, but okay.
Oh, okay. Well,
Can you see me now?
Good for you. There you are. If you, Robin, we're so happy for you. And if you would go to nkroupa.com, nkroupa@gmail.com, and let me just go back real quick to the screen. If you can see this, write down my email address and send me your name, your PIN number, and your cell number to me at this email address. And if you lose it or it's wrong, Cynthia knows how to reach me personally.
Okay, great. Thank you so much. I'm so excited.
You're so welcome. So I'm going to go to gallery view so we can all see each other and just have a little fun here at the end as we're closing out. I'm going to unmute all the lines. And if anyone would like to say good evening or happy boot camp or anything, I'm going to unmute you right now. Everyone
did we do a proper
we did a party.
Boot camp, love you, community.
Hey, thank you.
Hey, good to see you.
Thank you. Everyone.
Thank you.
Thanks, everybody. Thank you.
And you're officially graduated from the 2000
24.
No,
Good night.
2019 boot camp. You're officially graduating. Congratulations.
Thank you.
Thank you so much.
Fabulous.
Thank you.
Everybody in Austin.
Good night.
Thank you, Tanya. Thank you, everyone.
Hey, can I ask a question?
Good
Can
night.
Awesome. Can I ask you a question?
Yes.
What do you make your cherry martinis out of?
I posted, if you go to the Facebook page, I posted the recipe there. Some of you made the recipe tonight, so congratulations.
Yeah, I was wondering if it was a cherry vodka.
Well, I skipped
No,
the cherry vodka. I go right for we're Traverse City, Michigan, the cherry capital of the world, so I go to the real deal, the organic sour cherry juice. Traverse City.
Awesome. Thank you.
And by the way, the cherries in the bars are from Traverse City, you guys, if you ever wonder. So there you go.
Excellent.
That's great.
All right, guys. It's been a pleasure. Thank you for joining us for our boot camp. And see you all in Austin, Texas, if not before in Chicago. Goodbye, everyone.
Goodbye.
Thank you. Good night.
Good night.
Thank you.